Good afternoon to those who will listen. It is July 11th, 2020, and it is 4:49 p.m. I got this as a live stream, but it's on private, so there won't actually be people here. I wanted to make sure because I get distracted easy, and I wanted to get through it. First off, I'm going to check to make sure I have private, so volume. Good. Okay, we're doing good. Okay, so I kissed a Goonie. And this is how I finally realized it after 31 years, over 31 years. So let me explain how this all came about. And the next video after this one is going to show you all the connections and what it can possibly mean. I think there's maybe a message from God, possible dates of a future event that's coming. But this video right here is just scratching the surface. So maybe 10% of everything. So please watch part 2 when it comes out. I might even have a part 3. But back in between January 31st and April 4th of 1989, I'm not sure about the day or the month exactly, but I lived with my sister in one half of a duplex, and my parents lived on the other side, and this was in Winter Park, Florida, suburb of Orlando. And my sister's friends would always come over all the time. Most of the time they would just come right on in without knocking or anything. I was used to it. But they used to always smoke all my pot. Yeah, I was a bad boy back when I was younger. I was 22 back then. 21 going on 22, or depending on the date. But I believe I was probably 22. Because I think it was after February 18th, but I'll explain that more in the next video. So one day, a bunch of sister's friends came over, and they came over with other girls that I'd never seen before. And one girl, immediately, I locked eyes, and I don't know, I was like attracted to her right away. And I was talking to her, and we were talking, and she said she was an actress, and I asked her what she was in, and she said she was in an episode of Family Ties, and she described the episode where she was a shoplifter in Mallory's clothing store, and she didn't say what episode it was or when it was. And at the time I was just thinking, she just was a actress, but maybe she just had a role in an episode, and maybe little bit roles or something. I didn't think she was famous. And we kept talking, and there's a good chance I might have gotten her high. I don't know for sure. I don't remember that part, but I was really attracted to her. I just remember that I was really attracted to her, and I was like, how do I describe this? An animal. I don't know. I was like, I don't know. And we were talking, and usually I'm slow and shy with girls. I'm not aggressive at all. But with her, it was different. It was really weird. It was like instantly I was attracted to her. So, we started kissing, and then I took her back into my sister's room, and I threw her onto my sister's waterbed, and we were making out and touching each other. And then she said, I have to tell you something. I'm a lesbian, and what could you do better than that a girl couldn't? And I said, let me show you. And we were kissing just for a little bit longer, and then my sister burst in and said, not on my bed. So we got up, and then we went outside, and we were talking for a little more. And then her friend said, we got to go. And I was like, wait. Can I get your number? And she said it wasn't worth it, that she was only liked girls. And I still was interested. I said, where can I find you? Like, where do you work or something? She said she worked in a small coffee shop where people read poems. And that was it. And then she was gone. So I tried to find that episode of Family Ties for many years. Could never find it. Back then, there was no reruns. And I remember it had to have been at least 5 to 10 years after 1989 that I finally found the episode, but I only got to see parts of it, and I still thought to myself that she was just a bit actor. Wasn't a famous actress. She was just just a lot of people that have just little bit roles here and there. I thought that's what it was. Sorry, Martha. I just didn't know all that time. And I thought maybe, even that episode of The Family Ties, maybe that was just her only role. And then on Thursday, July 2nd, so a week ago, it's 11th now, but all this stuff happened in a week's time, by the way, everything. And I was looking through some shows on CBS All Access, and I saw that they had episodes of Family Ties. And it's weird because I've never been able to find anything of Family Ties except for, mixed seasons with just certain episodes. I could never find that exact episode. So I found the episode from season 4, episode 11, December 19th of 1985. You've Got a Friend was the name of the episode. So I watched it, and let me make sure I do this right. Oh no, it's over this one. Yeah. Oh no, now it's going to start over. You dumb thing. Sorry, I got the ice pack ready this time. I'm prepared. Just going to play a little bit of a clip from that episode from December 19th, 1985. You've Got a Friend. Except now it's starting over. Dumb thing. So let me fast forward the dumb thing.
Good, Mom. This is where we're going to stay.
Not the right one. Come on. I always prepare this stuff ahead of time, and then it always does that to me.
Parents always took.
So there she is. I didn't know who she was at all. And then finally, I watched all the way to the end, and I watched for the credits, and it said
we do dumb stuff.
Martha Plimpton. Fair use act, just playing a few seconds of a TV show for educational purposes. And once I get done with this one, YouTube, I can X out YouTube, and it won't be as laggy and slow and buffering. All right, I'm just going to let that go because it's not going to work, and I'll just continue on with the story. So I couldn't believe it when I saw the name Martha Plimpton. And, of course, I looked her up and found out all the stuff, that TV shows and movies that she was in. She was in The Goonies in 1985. That one came out on June 7th, 1985. And then she was in the TV show Raising Hope, which I love that show. I watched every single episode. Never knew that it was her that I kissed. I wonder, Martha, if you'd remember that. So I asked Google what movies Martha Plimpton was in 1989, and Parenthood came up. Then I asked, where was Parenthood filming?
What was it like?
All right, I'm going to go ahead.
Just different. I already figured out the Alex part. They're practically.
Okay, got out of there. Okay. So you saw that was her in the episode of Family Ties. So I asked Google, where was Parenthood filming? And Google said Orlando. And I was like, no way. So then I asked, I'm freaking out already here at this point. So I asked Google again. I asked, when was the time that they were filming Parenthood? The time periods. And Google said between January 31st and April 4th. I found something else that said that it went to April 7th, but either way, January 31st to April 7th. And the reason I think it was after February 18th or later, there's another reason I'll tell you in the next video. So I think it was after my birthday. So I was 22 and she was 18. She would have been like 18 in 3 months. So I was freaking out, and so I was like, I made out with Martha Plimpton. It's crazy, and I didn't even know it until now. And so the whole thing was, it was they were filming in College Park, which was 5 miles away from where I lived in Winter Park, and they filmed a scene. I can go over here now, I guess. Now that one's loading. Come on. Over here. Bam. So they were filming Parenthood in Orlando, and they also did some in Winter Park. There was Altamont Springs and College Park. And there was a scene that was at the Publix at a photo booth. And her boyfriend in there was Keanu Reeves, and that's a major part of the next video. So you'll have to watch the next video to find out how Keanu Reeves has a part in this, has a connection to this. It's unbelievable. Okay, but anyway, so I kissed Martha Plimpton, and then she kissed Keanu Reeves, or she kissed Keanu Reeves, and then I kissed her. Or she kissed me, or we kissed each other. And that's about as close as I'm going to get to kissing Keanu Reeves. I don't know why I thought of that. So the next question is, how come I just discovered this now? And was there something more to this? Oh, yeah, there is. It's unbelievable. And I just want to say an apology to Martha for a few things, for not knowing who you were and for not figuring out until more than 31 years later. I'm so sorry about that. And I am so sorry if I was coming on too strong. I did not know who you were. If I knew who you were then, I would have been shy. I would have probably never even approached you. So I'm sorry for that. So here's a few pictures. Oh, I do need the other one. Okay, here's the photo booth one. That was at a Publix, and there's another story behind the Publix too. Back in 85 or early 86, I was at that Publix with my sister and a friend. We were going to a sleepover at a church, and we were going to get some pop and some snacks. And there was a shooting. It was a convict that escaped out of jail, and he shot a police officer dead and shot a couple other police officers, injured him. I think he shot some other people. He went back to his old girlfriend's and held her hostage, and they had to sniper. They had to kill him from a sniper. So I don't know. It's just a weird, crazy thing. And then I found out that the photo booth was torn down right after they got done filming. So here's just a few more pictures of her in Parenthood. Steve Martin, 1989. That one came out in August. I think it was August. Yeah, August 2nd of 1989 is when it came out. And then I got over here. Oops. Switch it over. Switch it over. And then just, I'm going to make another video too, probably about the Goonies, because I got another incredible story about the Goonies too. I'll just show you a few pictures of the Goonies when she was Stephanie, and Steph for short. And back then in 85, 86, some of my friends called me Steph, for short Steph. That used to be my nickname was Steph. I don't know, just a lot of weird coincidences there. And it's even more mind-blowing in the next video. All right, so what else was I going to say? So there's lots of crazy connections, and it was crazy. I think there was a reason for me I think there's a reason that she told me She could have said, "Hey, I was in the Goonies. I'm filming Parenthood," and I would have known I would have figured out who she was. But since she only said Family Ties, I had no clue, and maybe she wanted it that way because I was coming on too strong there. But again, sorry about that, Martha. I wonder if you would remember that. That would be cool. Just to have an acknowledgement of that. But what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Let's see. Now, the next video is going to show more crazy connections and what I think was a prediction of an upcoming event. Maybe God's sending a warning or something. And you'll have to wait and see because this is just barely scratching the surface. Parenthood premiered August 2nd, 1989. Had Steve Martin, Rick Moranis, Tom Hulso, Diane Wiest, which I think, to me, it seems like a Mandela effect. I could have sworn it was Diane West, but now it's Wiest. I don't know. Joaquin Phoenix, which is someone that I just figured out that was in the movie, because there's a big connection there too, and I didn't go. He was known by Leaf back then. Mary Steenburgen and Keanu Reeves. And then, I had some, I'm going to have to go back there. I had some little clips of Calvin Klein commercials from 1983. So I'm going to show just a little bit of clips from Parenthood and the Calvin Klein really fast, just so you have a little more clue. Now, the Calvin Klein, she was 11 and 12 years old, and in the Family Ties episode, she would have been, 14, and then when I met her, she was 18. In 18, also in the Parenthood movie. And there was one other thing I wanted to end with too, because I thought it was pretty cool. And then make sure you stay tuned for it. There's going to be at least two more. I know that for sure because I got to do a Goonie thing. Got to do a Goonie. And I watched a documentary with the guy. What's his name? I can't remember his name now. The guy who does the voice of Olaf in Frozen, Snowman. He got all the Goonies together for a reunion, and through a Zoom meeting thing, and it was pretty cool. So that was neat too. And now it's giving me all kinds of recommendations for Parenthood and the Goonies. And I apologize for the slowness of this. Whenever I got YouTube on and StreamYard, it's very slow. When I get this, hopefully it won't take too long. If it takes too long, then I'm going to have to just say sorry. It's really taking forever. What's going on? I'll go ahead and start sharing the screen, even though it's not ready. Maybe by then it'll be ready. Come on. And that was the main part of the whole video. So, if you're finding yourself getting bored and tired of waiting, feel free to go ahead and stop the video. God bless you for watching, and make sure you stay tuned for the next couple videos that is going to be even more mind-blowing than this. And I really believe that somehow, some way, it was meant for me to find it now and not anywhere in the past 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever. This thing, come on. I'll refresh it now. Goodness sakes. So here's a good point right here where we're at here. Go ahead and stop. Or maybe just fast forward a little bit. Come on, YouTube. I got a feeling this ain't going to work. But it was really weird that she even came to my house with, with friends. And my sister can't figure out which friend of hers would have known friends, or I don't know how the whole thing came about. It was crazy. Well, I've got a feeling this isn't going to work. It's going to take too long. Oh, for goodness sakes. Any day now, YouTube. Come on. Well, if it gets to be the point where I can't get it done, I'll just edit the video. Cut out the end here. Or just tell you people to stop at this point. Oh my goodness, I'm getting there slowly. I don't know what minute mark we were at when all this happened. I'll have to go back and look. I don't know why it's so slow. All right, it's finally going back. I just want to show you a couple of little clips. Oh, come on. It's probably not going to play it anyway. Well, at least I can edit it and cut out the end there because it's... Goodness sakes. If you're still here, thanks for continuing to watch what happened. It's only got one of the... What happened? Okay, it's still loading them. All right, let's see if I can get one of them to load. Now, this was when I saw, it says it was from 1983. I assumed that she was 12, but she said she was 11. So maybe it was 11 and 12. I don't know. Yeah, this is terrible. It only got 620 views and only 8 likes. Hey, I pushed like, not dislike. Still won't like it. Wow. The thing's only 30 seconds long. I only wanted to play a few seconds of it. Is that such a big... Computer's nice and cool. Yeah, it's just, it won't do it. I got StreamYard and YouTube at the same time, and it's just competition. Well, I'll have to edit it. I was hoping I could show a couple clips, but it's not going to do it.
When it comes to competition, I am the worst. I go wacko. When I compete or if I'm playing a game, I am very, very...
Oh. Well, you have to see 2 seconds. Yeah. I'm going to definitely edit this because it's not going to work. It's not worth fighting this. I can't even get it to go back. Well, anyway, if you happen to hear this part of the video, which you shouldn't because I'm going to edit it, thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with the... Oh, it finally went back. And it went back to the... My goodness. Yeah, I'm going to delete or edit this so it's not on the end there because it's just taking forever. All right, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for next couple videos. That's going to be even more mind-blowing and maybe a message, maybe a warning, a prediction, something. When you hear it, you're going to say, wow, it's just too much stuff to be a coincidence. Or if it is a coincidence, or coincidences, they are the craziest coincidences you've ever heard of. All right. It's finally loading. But see, it's not loading. See, it like skips all the ones I just set up. Huh. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching. God bless.